Hey, everybody, this is Harriet Westmore with More to Discover podcast. This is a podcast where we discuss challenges and triumphs for women who are on their journey to self discovery. I am your host, Harriet Westmore. I know it's been a long time, but I've been putting some things together in the background, and hopefully things will come to pass more really soon. But in the meantime, I have a very special guest today. She is the owner of BK Credit Solutions. Her name is Vivian King, and her focus is to help facilitate and support businesses in their requests to secure their financial goals. That's something that we all need to learn, is to better be financially healthy, both in our businesses as well as in our personal finances. I think that's one of the most difficult, challenging things for us to maintain is good credit in our finances. So, Miss King, I very appreciate you coming on board today and giving us your expertise.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I am so happy to be here, Miss Moore. Whatever I can share and explain to people that there's help out there, I'm going to do it. Um, so, yes, I appreciate your invite. Uh,
Absolutely.
mhm.
Absolutely. So to kind of give us a background, what's your story and how did you decide to dedicate your profession and your life to helping others with their financial?
Well, I tell you, I'm a mom of eight,
Oh.
and I raised my kids, and a lot of my teachings, financials wasn't one of them. I mean,
Hmm.
I would teach them how to budget and teach them how to be responsible with their funds.
Hmm.
Um, but they really didn't get it, and a lot of it is due to because I didn't really get it. I mean,
Hmm.
I am holding the household down. I'm budgeting. I'm doing this and that, as I should, and um, but I still felt short, um,
Hmm.
and it was because we was never taught financial literacy.
Right.
So when this opportunity came up for me, I had to really grasp at it. I knew it would be something that I would love. I've always been interested in it. Um, Prior to me becoming a business consultant, and
Hmm.
um, and yeah, I think everyone should have some type of financial literacy because, as you said earlier, you know, a lot of us is in debt. Our credit is bad. We can't purchase anything. Credit is more important than our money that we make.
Mm.
So it carries a lot of weight, and I just want to help my community. I have the opportunity to do so, and that's my goal. My goal this year is to help 100 families at
Wow.
least to get into their homes this year.
Wow.
You know, so I am extremely happy that you're giving me this opportunity to share what I have for the community.
Well, let me ask you this, Miss King. What is the main thing that we as a society, where do we usually mess up um, when it comes to our credit? What's the main thing that really gets us down that slippery slope to doom and gloom, so to speak?
Yeah. So society, they target our young kids that's going off to college.
Hmm.
Okay. And they send me all kinds of different cards for them to use. And most likely they're going to use it because
Mm.
college is expensive.
Right.
And when they're done and everything is said and done, at the end of the day, it's like now they got this big old bill holding over them, and it really suppresses you your finances.
Hmm.
You starting off in life, and things become very difficult when you don't have your finances in order, and it's hard to get out of.
Right.
So the good news is that help is here.
And I definitely agree because when you said when it starts with our young people, that is so true. I remember when my son he just graduated from high school. Well, both my kids, I have two, they're grown now, but first thing they were given credit cards, little, and now they're like they weren't in my day, and I'm not sure in your day too. They didn't discuss budgeting and credit and all that in schools. Now they're starting to do that,
They
but
just started to.
right.
Yeah.
So what can we as parents do um, before our kids become grown? You have 8 children, so I'm sure you already knew foresight, and I'm sure you were kind of right on it, and it's make sure that your kids were financially aware and have what to do and how to spend, how to budget, or so forth.
Hmm. Yeah, I did my best. I did my best. However, there was times where, they would get themselves into a little rut.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and again, it's from the lack of them knowing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what I knew at the time, it wasn't enough, but it was something. But they when they went out into that world and discover, hey, it's really real. uh, that really brought some insight into them, saying, "Look, I got to do something different."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
got to do something different. Um, of course, all of them grown now, and they already learned those lessons, as have I as well. You
Mm-hmm.
know, one of my kids, she went to college, and I had to take out a parent teacher, a parent student loan, and that followed me actually up until a good 4 years ago.
Wow.
Um, so being in debt is really plaguing our society.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Especially in the, African American communities.
Yeah.
That's one of the, our old, back in the day, a lot of our uh, grandparents and great grandparents, they didn't trust banks.
Mm-mm.
They
No.
put their, they would either have it dug in the backyard somewhere in a box or underneath the mattress. They just didn't trust banks or anything like that. Um, so, with that being said, what's one of the first steps that we can do to, okay, we're already in debt. What's the one thing that little thing that we can start doing as far as digging ourselves out, other than having a business consultant like yourself to help us?
Educate yourself. You know, read. We got Google now. Google tells us some of everything. Do a lot of research. Um, it will really help you put everything in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if there's a bank that you interested in, look into that bank, because a lot of these banks is only offering 0.01%, and then you have those other banks who is high yield savings accounts that's offering 4.6%. Which one would you want to go to? Your return
Mm-hmm.
is going to be more.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad that they don't tell you that, even though it's in
Right.
fine print. But
Mm-hmm.
that when you're dealing with the bank with the 0.1%, you're not getting no return back unless you put it in a CD. And then you stand a chance of your money getting held up for 6 months or to a year in order for you to get a hold to it to gain some interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you look into every financial endeavor that you need to look into before actually um, purchasing it or buying into it. So
Okay.
educate, educate.
And with that, by educating, can you tell us kind of the difference? Because is it a myth, or is it depending on what bank? Online banking. What's your thoughts between online banking and big brick and mortar banks?
Well, here's the thing with that too. We are in a fintech society. We've been there for a long time. When let's say if you have to, you need to purchase something online, or
Mm-hmm.
to even send your check through your phone to your banking. That's called fintech. So fintech has been in existence forever, and it's more prevalent now because we got the AI fintech.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and totally forgot your question.
Online, that's okay. Online banking versus going into an actual brick and mortar bank. Which one? Your thoughts on either or? Is
Well,
one better or the other? Or
it's about the same. I mean, it's really convenient to do online nowadays. They
mm-hmm.
make it very easy for you. And that's the society we are in. I mean, of course, you're going to have the option to go to your bank
Mm-hmm.
if you choose to do so. But they're doing a lot of things online now. And
Okay.
yeah,
So we can open up a saving. You said to look for something that like a high yield um account
same.
that has a better savings account that gives
Yes,
you a higher return.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, because when you're dealing with a bank that's just giving you 0.01%, at the end of the year, you put $7,000 in there. At the end of the year, you're only gonna get only 70 cents back. But with a high yield savings account, where they're offering you 4.6% at the end of the year. You put that same $1,000, $7,000 in there, that's $332. So you really getting some free money. I'm gonna call it.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
And what would you suggest people do with that extra interest that's been put in? Can you use it to pay off bills, or what do you, as far as making sure that we stay on track?
I would suggest, most people when they get these high yield accounts, they're putting it in there to save and to also
Okay.
gain.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely for college fees, maybe vacation homes,
Mm-hmm.
a car that they really want. So I would keep it in there until that time.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's your thought about having being a part of a credit union?
The credit union it's a good thing, because you always have somebody to back you up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Credit unions, yeah. I If you can get into one, I suggest that you do.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about making payments on our credit cards. We're pretty much maxed out on our credit cards. And our points are like, let's say in the 500s, and you want to get it to like at least 580 to 590 to 600. How can we do that? What are the best steps?
Well, we have a very excellent program for that. It's called the Credit Lights program,
Mm,
and what our that particular program does is that the company does it for you. You don't have to mail out your letters. You don't have to get them certified. You don't have to use your gas to send them to mail them off. The
mm-hmm,
company will actually professionals will actually do that for you, and they would do it every month. And what makes us a great company is that when they're working on your behalf, they're sending out hundreds of letters on your behalf each month.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
you're definitely going to see results. And if not, we have a money back guarantee as well.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So is it like a debt management program where you take all your debts and the company will handle and negotiate, or how does that work?
Well, that's another program that we offer as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
That is the debt help program, and that is exactly what they do. I would hand you off to professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and they would actually negotiate everything down for you. Um, and their aim is to get you out of debt within 6 months,
Mm.
and they're pretty good with that. So that's an
Wow.
excellent program as well.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. So I'm everybody, I'm gonna get the information of the programs that Miss King is talking about, and definitely will be in the show notes. So now, how fast is it? I know people are saying, well, I don't know if this is a myth or not, but if you pay something like, pay on your credit card every every 30 days or something, your credit points would jump up. Is that true? Or I mean the way they're, I've heard people say you can get like up to 30 points increase or whatever. Is that true or not?
If you're consistent on paying that credit card off at a certain day,
Mm-hmm.
be consistent. That's the key. Just be
Okay.
consistent. And I'm gonna give you a little tip here. If you take, let's say, if you owe $50 and you take right before your due date, 2 days prior to your due date, you take half of that 50, put it in there, and then on that due date, you put the next 50 in there. It triggers the system, and
Oh,
as if you
really?
don't pay twice that month. So yeah, I mean, it can have a pretty good impact for you.
Oh, wow. Now, I've never heard of that. So take half of the payment
Hmm.
a few days before the due date, make that payment, and then on the due date, make that other half of the payment,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that'll trigger it as a, twice
Every
payment.
pay twice, yes. So
Wow.
that would look very well with the credit bureaus.
Did not know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely a good tip.
Hmm.
Definitely a good tip. Okay, so talk to us about first time home buyers. If what are we what for people who want to purchase their home for the very first time, what should they be working on now prior to, getting themselves prepared for buying a home?
That would be, it depends on where their credit is at. Um,
Okay.
you want to really aim for the 750, 800 club, because you want your interest rates to be down. So
Mhm.
let's get you into that program. Um, it's going to take almost, well, it depends on that particular person and what's up there in their
Mhm.
credit. It could
Mhm.
take 6 months to almost a year, maybe less than that, depending on that person, to get you in that home. But you really want to say 750, 800 club, 850 if possible.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. So anybody with seven below 750 um may have to just kind of work on their credit.
And we have a
And
solution for that as well.
oh.
However, yeah, that's a good number though. Now,
Mhm.
you can still go ahead, but you want to stay 750, 800 club, less interest rate.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. But there is a program for those who are a little under that. They can still
Yes,
maybe, qualify for purchasing a home.
definitely, yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Lastly, what about bankruptcy? How bad does that hurt your credit?
It first of all, our company do not believe in bankruptcy because we have programs designed to keep you from bankruptcy. Um,
Okay.
yeah, all you got to do is just reach out to me, and I will uh, put you with the right person and get you started on your way.
Okay.
We do not like bankruptcy. We don't like that word here.
Well, it does carry a stigma. That's why I'm asking,
Yeah.
just because you're bankrupt and then next thing you know, you're getting more offers in the mail, but then
Mhm.
you're going to put yourself, it's like a cycle. You're going to put you thinking many people just choose that bankruptcy route,
Because it's
and it's
easy.
clear. Yeah, because
Mhm.
it's easy. And then, but then if you don't have the knowledge and the info, better educate yourself of how to manage your finances, you can be right back into the hole that you
Yes, ma'am.
started.
You have said it. Yes, ma'am. And it's harder, once you go into bankruptcy, it's going to take you a while to actually recover from that. And when we have this solution for you, you don't have to go through all that.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, how can people reach out to you? You have so many wonderful programs, and and I'm sure people are going to be wanting to know. Well, how can I? I want to work with you. How can they do that?
They can contact me at area code 585 345 uh, 3450.
Okay.
And it's my email is vkcreditsolutions1 at gmail.com. We have so many financial amenities for any financial problems that anybody have. Just to name a few, we also do taxes as well. We have
Mm.
savings accounts. We spoke on that. We also offer will and trust plans as well, auto and student refinancing. On the business side, we have business funding, trademark services, consumer finances, business debt help. There's still businesses out there that is trying to recover from the pandemic.
Wow.
A lot of business also have lost their business because of the pandemic. If they would have known about the program that we offer, that it wouldn't have happened. We also do free LLC setups.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to pay your state fee.
Mm-hmm.
Business licenses and permits. We also have for the business owner vacation incentives as well. So I'm on Facebook all the time. You can always message me. I will respond or give me a call.
And what is your website?
I usually use the Facebook website
Okay.
right now. I do have Linktree, excuse me, um,
Okay.
that I send out to my uh, perspectives, and they usually schedule and so we can chat about whatever situation that they're in.
Okay. Awesome. So everybody, I do have her phone number. I do have her email, and I'm going to um, give you her Facebook page in the show notes. So please, I mean, they do a plethora of all kinds of services that will help you not only in your personal, but definitely in your business as well. So there, I mean, at this point, there's no excuse of why we should be in debt or have,
No, no.
what we have, excellent services like what Miss King and her company does for you. So, any last advice, any last tips for, especially particularly talk to single women with, with children. What's your tip for them?
Single moms, a lot of them is still they're single, but they're still trying to work as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, nowadays, it used to be a pleasure, to have two jobs in the household, but now it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have a program where you can actually come in to be a partner. You can sit at home. You can actually work anywhere. Is what I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings in that extra income. You get to work with your community. The
Mm-hmm.
the programs that we have is designed for the underserved, so it's very reachable. Um, and you get to enjoy doing just that. It gives you
Wow.
the time back. Moms, we can take our kids to their games and to the doctor's appointments because we are working from home and we get to
Right.
move the way we want to. So it's a good thing, moms. There's so many strong women out here. I love you all. I see you, and and God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you.
And with that being said, God bless you all. You guys, please stay safe. And Miss King, thank you so much. I will be. I'm sure people are going to want to have a follow up with you. So I mean, you have an open invitation if there's new things or new services that you have that you would like, to discuss on my podcast. Definitely, we'll get it out there so people can reach out to you.
I sure will. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Miss Moore.
All right, everybody, you guys stay safe, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to More to Discover podcast. If you have any topics that you would like to hear on any upcoming episodes, you can email us at contact@moretodiscover.com. That's contact at more, MOORE, the number 2, discover.com. And just put it in the subject line topic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you.